Hi guys, and welcome to my channel to cooking time and natural remedies. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a simple natural tutorial on how to make homemade garlic and ginger paste, and obviously to preserve it in the fridge for months. And I would just love to invite you to enjoy the convenience of having pre-minced ginger and garlic ready to be used whenever needed. I would usually store each in separate containers, and I will also show you two ways of how to keep them fresh. Where in one type of storing I will put some oil, whereas on the other I will not use any oil. This will be very interesting, so you might want to continue watching and for you to find out. So let's go ahead and see how we do this. So as you can see, I have already peeled the garlic and ginger ready for it to be minced or blended in the blender. For some part, I'm going to be washing some of the garlic and ginger. This is only for one part. So the ginger and the garlic that are in these small containers, these are not washed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the first bit, which is the non-washed or unwashed garlic. So I'm just gonna mince it. So now goes the ginger, which is also unwashed. And it's time now for the washed ginger and garlic to be minced. Right, so in here, bear in mind that I didn't cut the ginger into pieces, which I should have, and it's kind of getting stuck in the blender. So I'm using some oil to put this. I would usually, I'd originally want to use oil after when I blended it, so it can just go in the jar. But then because it's not mincing, I didn't want to use water because obviously that's not what you want, and I would just want to use oil so that at least they can blend in easily. Right, so the first method is that I'm using the original, it's called extra virgin oil, olive oil actually, extra virgin olive oil. This is the 5-liter olive oil that I've got from Costco's. This is purely, I think it's 100% olive oil. As you can see from the color, it's really greenish color, very thick, or I should say dark color. So that actually shows that it's original olive. Right, so I've put that much, and as you can see, it's bubbling on the container. That means all the oil, it's going down, so it should basically cover all the garlic and the ginger. So otherwise, then if it didn't, this it's not going to be as fresh, but you'll still be able to use it. Observe the ginger and the garlic. So the ginger, the oil has stayed on top, it hasn't gone down. It may take a longer time to go down and submerge all the ginger, but I'm just gonna give it a small mix for it to just go down and submerge all the ginger. Alright, so I'm not gonna move it too much because then it will just spill off. So now I'm just gonna close the containers. So in here right in front of you is both methods. So the ones on the smaller container, they're not washed and I haven't put no oil in them. They're just pure minced ginger and garlic. They're obviously kept in separate containers, and the big containers are the ones that are washed and also have been put oil in them. So those are the two methods that I would usually use. The reason is that it's really convenient for me to use a pre-minced ginger and garlic, because it just makes it so much easier when I'm coming to do my cooking. I just have to take it from the fridge and just put it in my cooking. Alright, so now this is after a week and a half, and this is how they look. Right, so I've got the ginger on the left for the big containers. Actually, it's garlic on the left and ginger on the right for the big containers. As you can see that the garlic has gone a bit greenish on the bottom. Is because that the oil hasn't reached those areas, and that's why it has turned green. But that's okay, you can still use it, but sometimes some people might not want to use it because it turns green, whereas with the ginger it hasn't changed color at all. It's all fine and fresh. You can still use it whenever you want, and there's some oils in there as well, although it hasn't been so much submerged in the oil, but it has still kept it nice and fresh. And there goes the garlic. You can see that the bottoms are gone green. It doesn't mean that it's gone moldy. That is not mold, so you can still use it. That's no problems. Just want to show you the inside. Still fresh, no problems. You can still use it, but obviously some parts have gone green. If you don't want this to happen, occasionally in between the weeks, just go and put some more oil in it, so that and maybe move it a little bit, just mix it so it can just reach all the areas that it hasn't. That way it will keep it fresh for longer. Now goes the small containers. These ones have not been washed. Right, so here we go. This is either the ginger or the garlic. I think it shouldn't matter because it's all nice and fresh, and you can still use it. And see, some people may not like this method because it's not washed. But for me, I think because obviously I have peeled it and obviously there's no dirt inside, it's alright to not wash it and keep it fresh and still just use it in your cooking. But for some reason the olive oil might be an excessive use, and they might not want to use the first method, which is on the big containers. So these are the two methods